Now, in 7 short years, Governor Anne Waiguru has grown from a hard-working and most visible cabinet secretary to one of the most loathed politicians who carries the unsubstantiated tag of harbouring corruption in every office that she heads. And as she fights the new graft allegations and investigations, it is a familiar territory, having won an impeachment motion just 2 months ago. Gituku reports of the many lives of Waiguru, who now believes her political detractors are back at it again, this time keen on derailing her 2022 ambitions.
When in April 2013, President Uhuru Kenyatta paraded his picks for his first cabinet, one of them was then little-known senior National Treasury official Anne Waiguru.
Anne Waiguru.
But she quickly made an impression, becoming one of the most notable ministers of Kenyatta's first cabinet. Her devolution and planning docket grew leaps and bounds, its budget size growing to more than 100 billion shillings a year. But that was the beginning of challenges at the docket. The National Youth Service allocation had grown to 25 billion shillings a year, part of which was reported to have been stolen. A controversy ensued of some 791 million shillings that killed a few careers and threatened to kill some. At first, she was in denial that no money had been lost. She then distanced herself from the alleged theft, her fingers pointing at other officers that she believed were responsible. The political heat was on, the opposition and even some on the government side begging for her blood. But she stayed put until one afternoon in November 2015. She had had enough, and for the sake of her health, after consulting with her doctors, it was time to take a bow.
I have therefore, following my doctor's advice, requested His Excellency the President to relieve me of the responsibilities of Cabinet Secretary.
She asked for lighter duties from the President. They never came, and if they did, not as light, as in August 2017, she trounced veteran politician Martha Karua in the Kirinyaga gubernatorial contest. Eventually, EACC cleared her from any wrongdoing in the loss of 791 million shillings, and she appeared to have grown a thick political skin. But controversy would follow her even at the county office, from accusations of high-handedness from Kirinyaga politicians, with MCAs complaining of her style of leadership. Nothing appeared to change until the Kirinyaga Assembly resolved to table an impeachment motion against her. That was in March 2020. She quickly ran to the justice system, managing to convince the High Court to hold the motion on grounds she suffered from hypertension, a condition that made her vulnerable should she be exposed to the coronavirus. The High Court was convinced and stayed debate on the motion. Before long, the overworking MCAs found a loophole to process the removal of the governor. And on the 9th of June, the governor's 3-year tenure was under threat. In a week's time, she had prepared her defense, bringing her better half to the impeachment trial. Once again, the fortunes were on her side, as the Senate found grounds of impeachment not to have been substantiated. She survived, but not without a blemish. The Senate Special Committee investigating her impeachment was satisfied that the governor had conferred on herself a benefit in form of interests she had taken without necessarily traveling. In her defense, Waiguru had told the committee that she had surrendered the undeserved interests. Despite the forgiveness, that charge of undeserved interests has come to haunt her, the EACC now seeking evidence that indeed travel allowances of up to 23 million shillings were taken by her and other public officials of Kirinyaga County government. She believes it is a continuation of a witch hunt targeted at her political future. Gituku, TV, Nairobi.